and welcome on into this very special edition of WWE's The Bump. We are just moments from Night of Champions. We just watched it together. I'm Megan Morant. To my right is Matt Camp. To my left is Ryan Pappolla. And gentlemen, we had quite the holiday weekend here in beautiful Stamford, Connecticut, watching some WWE.
I mean, it should have been celebratory for Roman Reigns celebrating 1,000 days, which he did hit, but it was not the case at the end of Night of Champions. For the first time since WrestleMania 34, Roman walks out of a premium live event, main event, as a loser.
Still a lot to digest, because if you were going to tell me that was going to happen, I don't know if I would have attached an Uso, in this case specifically Jimmy Uso, doing what he did to Roman Reigns, and thus then Solo Sikoa, to have those dominoes fall the way they did. There always is a lot to unpack, but there is beyond a ton to unpack with this one.
Well, we still do have the same undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions in Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, but really the story is what you're watching right here, and this is the Bloodline seemingly falling apart in front of our eyes.
Jimmy Uso being the one, not Jay, not what happened with Sammy, of course, at the Royal Rumble. Jimmy Uso finally saying, you know what, I've had enough. And him being the one to actually strike Roman and then tell his brother, stay out of it, get out of the way. And then he did it again. It was not a mistake. It was not a fluke, Ryan. The striking blows of Jimmy Uso rang out through the entire world.
Look at Jey Uso's face in that clip, right? He didn't want Jimmy to do it once, much less twice. Jimmy had no voice for reason. We saw what happened on SmackDown on Friday, right? Jimmy and Roman were clearly at great odds by the end of the night, and that had been building for several weeks. But I don't think anyone could have foreseen this. And to your point, if even just a couple weeks ago you said, is an Uso going to attack Roman Reigns? You'd probably say no. But if you had said yes, you would have said it's probably more likely to be Jay.
Jay's been considered the hothead, right? I think that's always been part of this thing, but he has been against Sammy, then he was with Sammy, and then it was like, no, Sammy's out. Jay's kind of fallen in line, just in the background. I like what's going on. I like what my checks look like. I like all these T-shirts we have. I like being tag team champions. I like being part of the Bloodline. He called himself the tribal chief on Friday night, and then a day later he kicks Roman in the head twice, and they lose. Yeah. That's the key. The Usos couldn't get it done twice, and now Roman Reigns has a loss on his record to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Matt, Ryan, we were sitting at this very table in this very room not long ago, right after WrestleMania, talking about who was going to take down Roman Reigns. And it's looking to become a bit more clear, because there are fractures in this family. We have watched the Bloodline go from the highest of highs to their arguably lowest point that we're watching happen right now.
They're getting there. Well, for the purposes of the Bloodline, Roman still has a lot of gold around his waist, but you can't spin it. Even Sam Roberts couldn't spin this as a good thing for the Bloodline at the moment. I think it was you at WrestleMania weekend who said it was a member of his own family going to take down Roman Reigns. I'm not ready to say that in terms of taking the undisputed WWE Universal Championship off of him, but things are unraveling. It's what Sami Zayn said, Matt. This is Roman's fault if you look at it through a certain lens.
It is Roman's fault, because I think we've seen Roman try to keep everybody under his thumb. Now, when there's success behind that, sure, go ahead. Everybody's going to fall in line. We all have gold. We're all in main events. No one can stop us. There's strength in numbers. There's no strength in numbers because they don't have the numbers right now. You said fracture. I think it's been fractured. Now there's a crevice. Now there's a crater in the Bloodline, and that crater in the Bloodline, I think, was created by Roman, but I think it was widened by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn right after they won at Night of Champions. It's on our social media. It was posted. It finally happened. That's what Sami said. Kevin said, I'm done talking about the Bloodline.
Kevin's been done talking about
the Bloodline. He has been, but they keep coming back into his life. I don't think Sami's ever been done, because he didn't get the win he wanted at Elimination Chamber. They got one of the wins they wanted at WrestleMania, but then they didn't get that second one, and Roman walked out champion. So they still have not taken those championships away from Roman, but they took a chance for Roman to be even more dominant. And in the process, not only getting the win, now you wonder where the Usos stand in the Bloodline.
And not just the Usos, but Solo Sikoa.
Well, I was going to say the other part of this is Solo Sikoa is not going to be pleased at all that the Usos, inadvertent or not, They connected on that double super kick with Solo. Solo takes the pinfall because of all of those chain of events. The Roman Uso piece of this has to be talked about. It's obviously what your mind's going to gravitate to first. But Solo Sikoa is just as equal a part of this fraction, and I can't fathom in any way, shape, or form he is going to like how this shook out tonight, obviously.
A lot to unpack as it relates to the Bloodline, but we have to talk about Sami Zayn and the overwhelming support that he got from this crowd in Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah tonight. I mean, Sami Zayn, he's had these moments. We saw in Montreal, and just to see this crowd accept Sami and embrace him the way that they did tonight, it was a moment that he'll remember forever.
And you see these tweets, and not only from the media event on Friday, but then, of course, him being there. Seeing Sami in this moment, the Saudi crowd cheering him on, is what makes wrestling magical. And I will tell you this, Sami's talked about this as well. He lives in these moments of what makes things important. He said, I travel the world. He was at Mecca.
Yep.
That's a whole bigger thing than having a match in the main event for the tag team championships. Yet, I think he was able to kind of take those emotions and take everything that has happened to him, good or bad, with the fans against him or for him, and he continues to go, I'm on quite a journey right now. And he took all of that into the main event, and the journey had a happy ending at Night of Champions.
And that's what I think is so interesting, because you can't compare this to Montreal back in February, right? They're two different things. But you talk so much about Cody Rhodes finishing his story. For Sami Zayn, he could have never anticipated back in February that the series of events would happen to get them to Night of Champions tonight in this moment in Saudi Arabia. But in a way, this is that final moment. They were able to defeat the Usos at WrestleMania. That was huge. There's been the series of events since that. Listen, it's been up and down for Sami and Kevin since Mania. This is that stamped moment. He can say it's finally happened. It's finally over. I think Sami and Kevin can finally walk away from the bloodline of it all after tonight if Sami can detach his emotions.
I don't know if he can, and I understand if he didn't. I do get that, because now you go, I couldn't do it at Elimination Chamber, and it took the Usos and it took Solo and everybody involved, but then we did just beat them. I know the pin was on Solo. I understand that, but now it's a lot more people behind me.
Yep.
I just now earned a victory over Roman Reigns in a main event.
100%.
I said this at WrestleMania. Maybe it still is Sami Zayn. It's up for grabs because nobody's done it, but it still could be Sami Zayn. It could come back around. We got Money in the Bank coming up. We have SummerSlam coming up. Who knows if Sami can now retake all of the momentum from Night of Champions, from this entire year, and go, hey, Roman, I only got one chance. Give me another one.
Yeah, and look at it this way. In April, Sami and Kevin defeated the Usos in a main event of WrestleMania. In May, they defeated the rest of the Bloodline in a main event. That's back-to-back months. Momentum is building. Regardless of how we got here, momentum is absolutely
And
building.
they're still the tag team champions. On top of
Let's
all
not
that,
bury
they're
the
going to
lead.
have all kinds of comers coming at Sami and at Kevin. It's awesome that they did it. And, as we go back here, Solo Sikoa is another one who has not lost.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes beat him, but Solo Sikoa, and almost lost here. Roman was there with him. I have to say, we have not seen really any of Roman and Solo as a tag team. Cohesiveness as a tag team is different than singles competition. They had it.
Highly efficient.
A great match, and obviously they were prepared for it. And right here, Roman spears the official. This turned the tide of the entire match.
No doubt about it. I mean, ultimately, I think you'll both agree with this, that Roman was clearly emotional from the jump. How could you not be after what we saw on Friday night on
I think
SmackDown,
he was emotional Friday. He
Right,
put it all in
yeah.
his sleeve, which we never really see.
No, and with that said, to your point, did not affect him and Solo's effectiveness, as a unit. But I do wonder, especially when we reach those later stages, Roman's key to victory on top of the bloodline over these last 1,000 days has been to be able to, in those critical moments, find that channel within his brain and be able to focus and use that as fuel. It did not fuel him tonight. And then what is that fuel going to look like when Jimmy did what he did?
Well, what do the numbers look like now?
Yeah.
Because the numbers have obviously been important. Roman's dominant as anybody as a champion. He hit a number at 1,000 days that now joins Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, Pedro Morales, and Bob Backlund. They're all Hall of Famers. He now has hit that number.
Yep.
I don't think the tag team titles are going to be in his periphery. I mean, they're out here now.
Yeah.
That is not the focus for Roman Reigns.
New focus.
But the focus is about obviously being the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, and the focus is within the bloodline. And I wonder, was the focus too within the bloodline coming into this matchup? He always has a plan the Usos got involved, and the plan didn't work, and Jimmy had enough.
Is the Bloodline distracting the Tribal Chief?
Yes. I think Roman's but I think it comes back to Roman.
It works both ways, though, right? Roman's distracting the Bloodline's distracting Roman. This is why it's falling apart.
I have always believed that the Bloodline has gotten better and better because Roman has put them in those positions. But Roman Reigns has now really sent the message to the entire Bloodline, you are great. Well, now they're realizing that they are great. And now they're starting to realize maybe we don't need Roman Reigns. We don't have to be under his thumb. It's not about him anymore. It's about us. And I think Roman Reigns was the one who gave them that power and gave them that belief. And now it's starting to come back to haunt Roman Reigns.
And others have noticed it as well. We saw on Friday Night SmackDown, Kevin Owens, he told the Usos that they are the heart of the table. While Roman Reigns may be the head of the table, they are the heart of the table, and they are crucial in this. And oftentimes, Roman hasn't treated those guys like that.
I know Kevin and Sami were trying to stir things up and divide. They were right. I don't think they were speaking anything but truth. The best tag team ever, the numbers back it up. The fact that Roman has been able to do what he's been able to do because of the Usos is true. And the heart of the Bloodline, yes, I do believe, we talked about this at Mania, would we miss the Usos as tag team champions?
Yes.
You may not like them. You may not like the fact that they're affiliated with Roman Reigns, but you were liked watching them.
Yes.
Whether it was wins, and plenty of those, or the few losses they had, you were going to be entertained and enjoy watching a match with the Usos. How were they going to pull it off? I like being a witness to dominance.
Me too.
We are
That's
talking about
history.
The most dominant tag team of all time.
Sure.
And also one of the most dominant champions of all time in Roman Reigns. And eventually, these things, everybody wants their credit. And not everybody can be Roman Reigns. And I think, quite frankly, it's time for the Usos to get their credit.
Well, that's Jimmy's frustration, right? I mean, that's clear, plain as day, Jimmy's frustration. The most fascinating part about this, how does Jay react to this? With, it's 5 days. We have a 1,000-day celebration coming up this Friday. I can't imagine it's going to be...
A little bit of a black cloud over that now.
I can't imagine it's going to be too celebratory at this point. Jey Uso feels this way right now on the weekend. When we get to Friday, how does he feel about the Roman factor of this, but more importantly, the Jimmy factor of this? It's a question we can't answer, but it's fascinating.
Will he go missing again? Last time we saw when Sami turned on the Bloodline, Jay went missing.
Jay went away, came back to him, and it didn't work out. By the way, that wasn't that long ago. Yeah. Like, Jimmy's like, come on, man, you can't do this. Okay, now it's Jimmy going, I'll just kick him in the head twice. That's what I'm going to do. Is it, though, time do you think about this? Because, listen, Jay's had chances at Roman. At the beginning of this title reign, Jay got main event matches for the Universal Championship. Is Jimmy starting to think that way? And I'm not saying the Usos are breaking up or anything like that, but you can still have successful singles career and have that brotherhood. Yep. That very strong brotherhood go, hey, we can go do this. We can go be tag team champions. We can go after singles rings. Money in the Bank is coming up. The other part of this is, does everybody else look around and go, little blood in the water right now with the Bloodline. Little blood in the water with the fact that the numbers game isn't what it was. Yeah. Or maybe it will be. If you're anybody thinking about taking a shot at Roman Reigns or wanting that chance, all of a sudden, maybe that window has opened up a bit more.
And what we really can't forget about is Paul Heyman. And he has been backstage, seen talking to numerous WWE superstars. And you got to wonder what's going on with that. And we can't count out Paul Heyman and the influence that he can have. Now, I wasn't totally surprised to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens defend their title and walk out victorious. I know we made predictions yesterday on the show, and we're going to get to all of those predictions, but I was surprised to see the Usos. Let's take a look at our reactions to this main event.
Oh! Well,
oh, baby.
Oh, everybody can clap and cheer when Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens get the victory. Aren't I right?
You called it, though.
I did get that. Listen, tag team cohesiveness. They have been not blood brothers, but brothers. They have been enemies. They have been friends, and now they're champions. And they're champions who beat the Usos twice. That's why I made the pick. It's not a knock on Roman and Solo. They beat the best tag team I've ever seen 2 times. They were going up against the most dominant champion I've ever seen in the singles ranks, and Solo Sikoa, who is still pretty young in his career. Kevin and Sami get it done. A lot of things are going to happen in those kind of matches. They overcome, but they won.
Yep.
Period. Yep. They won. Now, if you're looking at them, you're going, who's going to beat those guys?
Yep. But the button on this for me, I've said it, I've looked at you for years now and said I'm not going to pick against Roman Reigns until someone defeats him in a main event. Well, it happened tonight, although with a lot of...
It's an L in his column.
Yeah, a hijinks that happened, but to your point, they got it. They
lost.
got it done. Yeah.
Roman walked out for the first time in 5+ years of a main event, in a premium line event, with a loss.
Crazy.
All right, let's take a look one more time at those predictions. Matt
do we
obviously flexing because he got it right.
I don't want to put
It's ironic if you think about it.
One.
It's a 1, but yeah. With plenty of time.
You know what?
Megan, plenty of time.
Thanks to my buddies, KO and Sami Zayn.
Plenty of time.
Thanks, guys.
Plenty of time.
I love
Just keep
Canada.
fighting, Megan. Just keep fighting.
Canada rules.
We had a new champion to be crowned at Night of Champions, and it was Seth freaking Rollins becoming the first ever World Heavyweight Champion by defeating AJ Styles. Gentlemen, this was quite the match. And Seth, he came out looking like a champion with that cheetah print jacket and the cheetah print gear.
Shoulders. The championship was never going to fit over his shoulders.
It
didn't have to, though, because it was put on him by Triple H. It was held up. I love that this opened the night.
Me too.
Because I think you had two guys. We had AJ Styles on the bump a few weeks ago, and he was like, I'm fired up right now. I want to get back out there. They didn't want to wait all night. You want to be a main eventer, but you also want to go, we're going to walk out that curtain as the first match of the night, knowing what's on the line, knowing what it means to us, knowing our history of almost 20 years of battling each other all over the world. We want to get out there and do this. They have the match you expect those two to have. Looked like Seth got hurt a couple times. That brain buster on the apron, how he battled back from that, his knee. And don't forget, AJ Styles has had a handful of matches since getting hurt in December. 2 of those matches were on the same night. His first night back, he beats Edge and he beats Rey Mysterio, 2 Hall of Famers, to get to the finals on the SmackDown side. And he beats a 2-time WWE champion and Bobby Lashley. That's unreal. Like, he didn't ease his way back in. He walked in, wins those matches, and then goes to the finals against Seth freaking Rollins, who he has some history with, and they have an unreal match. But I think there was the hunger was that much more for Seth Rollins.
I agree.
He has been striving to change the landscape of WWE. Ryan, how does he do that with this new World Heavyweight Championship?
Well, I think he showed it tonight, right? I mean, this match, I feel like, encapsulated his journey to the World Heavyweight title and encapsulated everything he's been talking about with Corey Graves for the last several weeks. What I thought was most interesting about this match, and this also, Matt, I'm sure your mind, Megan, you as well, our minds went immediately when we saw this moment with Triple H. This was a very full circle moment for Seth freaking Rollins. That famous clip of him winning the NXT Championship with Triple H and Dusty there. I'm sure Dusty's smiling watching this tonight. This is this is everything Seth freaking Rollins was talking about. When he talks about his frustrations with his inability to get the opportunities in recent years, through no fault of his own, by the way, since Royal Rumble of a
couple years ago.
Exactly. This moment, the match that preceded it, is everything that he was talking about. I'm sure if you ask Seth Rollins right now, seeing here the parallels between those two moments, this is everything that Seth freaking Rollins was wanting. He got it tonight. It's so well deserved.
Every top championship in WWE, Seth has now held.
Yep.
No one else can say that. That's pretty unreal. He walked in, I talked about this on the kickoff show. He walked into Florida Championship Wrestling with a great career before WWE and had a giant chip on his shoulder. What am I doing down here? I should be on Raw and SmackDown. And he had to learn, and he had to hear it from Triple H, and he had to hear it from others down there. He goes to NXT, he becomes the first NXT champion. You have Triple H and Dusty Rhodes raising your hand. We know what the Shield does. He has a success there, kicks them aside when he's done with them. And the Authority has success there, kicks them aside. But he's always kind of rebuilt and reclaimed, and he's evolved. But the evolution of Seth now has been organic. Seth got beat by Cody Rhodes multiple times last year. I think everybody got behind him that much more because they saw how good he was. And his message, I believe, AJ, I think, wanted to prove it to everybody, I'm still phenomenal. And he is. To Seth is, I know how good I am. I want everybody else to see that, and I want that to be on display every single Monday night with me having the gold around his waist.
And I think the adjective really to describe Seth freaking Rollins, there's obviously many, but it's hungry. He is not satisfied with this World Heavyweight title. He wants to change things with this World Heavyweight title. He wants to change the game.
Change the culture. And to your point about hunger, from both of you said it, we saw him bust out things tonight that we haven't seen in a while. Phoenix Splash, the move you invented when you were in first grade on your wrestling buddy, you told me. Like, these things that he did tonight, he understood he was in there with phenomenal AJ Styles. Because let's not take away anything from AJ. AJ was incredible tonight, as he always is, shows up and shows out every single time. But there was that next level. This match hit fifth gear early, and neither ever stopped. Seth talked about in the vlog for WWE Digital, he's like, I think AJ has a little bit of an advantage. He got here a little earlier than I did. This is a long flight to Saudi Arabia.
Jet lag and all that stuff?
100%. I mean, and ultimately, they both recovered. They both had things to battle through, and I think that's so poetic for Seth to win this championship by battling through. It's everything he's been talking about with Corey and the whole way through. Really beautiful.
It mattered to him. It mattered to him, not that it didn't matter to AJ, but there was something personal about, hey, I'm going to create my own spot here. That's exactly what I'm going to win my way. I'm not going to ask for help. I'm not going to beg for matches. I'm not going to go to Adam. Put me in this tournament. I'm going to do what I do best, which is what he did throughout the entire tournament and beat one of the very best. And now what happens? Because now he's got it, right? There's that hunger of wanting it. It's earning it. But now it's defending it, and that's when it gets toughest. But I think he actually embraces all that. He will say, line up. He could walk out on Monday to open that show and go, open challenge, I'm putting this championship on the line. I almost expect it. I don't know. But that's the kind of champion I think Seth Rollins will be Monday, Tuesday,
whenever.
Saturday, you name it, he'll be there
and he's
defending.
been there before, right? New championship, but he's been there before.
This is the third time he has battled for inaugural championship in WWE. Won the NXT championship, lost the Universal championship, has now won the World Heavyweight championship. He has been at all these stages. For AJ and Seth to even have these firsts at this point in their career tells you how good they are for how long it's been. Seth's now on top with the World Heavyweight
Tremendous
Championship.
match.
Well, let's hear from Seth freaking Rollins, because we know this title means so much to him, and he got a little bit emotional backstage. Emotional, I love it.
That's an
we all thought he
emotion.
was gonna cry.
That's an
got you
emotion.
guys. I got you both.
I believed it. I mean, he might be doing that right now. He might be talking to Becky and going, hey, I did this. I said what I was going to do. He gets to take a championship home to his daughter, too. I mean, that's pretty cool that he's like, hey, I did it. It's been a while. Yeah. We're talking 3-4 years for both Seth and AJ to be on top. So there is that hunger there. He's there, but that's a confident. Yeah. That's a guy who knew, I'm going to get it done. Yeah. Let's go.
It's been a while, but we've seen Seth freaking Rollins evolve, and we've watched the crowd just get even more and more behind him. Premium live after event after premium live event. I mean, you can just hear the song echoing through every single arena, every single stadium we're in, and that's just grown and grown and grown, and I believe it will continue to grow.
It's organic.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think he's galvanized the WWE Universe organically through a song, but then when the song's over, the bell rings and he backs it up. There is a difference. It doesn't just stop at the entrance.
100%. The coolest part about it, Seth was ready for this, as we've talked about it. The WWE Universe was ready for this. Those two things merged together tonight. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion. It's awesome.
Predictions, gentlemen.
Matt
has a 1-0 lead. I think I got this one correct.
Come on.
I will be very disappointed in myself.
Okay, hey, listen.
We are all on the board.
It's not getting late early yet. We're fine.
No offense to AJ, by the way. I think we were all just feeling what Seth has been doing, rolling in this tournament.
All right, putting a pin on that one. Matt takes a 2-1 lead over Megan and Ryan. We must move on to Brock Lesnar taking on an injured Cody Rhodes. Brock obviously has spent some time beating up on Cody Rhodes, and Cody
Put it mildly. Just spent a little time. Hey, buddy.
entered this match with a broken arm. A broken arm that he used as a weapon against Brock Lesnar. It didn't give him the victory, but you cannot deny the heart, soul, and guts that Cody Rhodes displayed during this match with Brock Lesnar.
I mean, I'm mad at him he didn't hit these 3 crossroads last month at Backlash, because I would have won this little predictions thing we have going. He used this. Here's what we found out from Michael Cole. First of all, confirmed yesterday at the media event that it was broken. That's number 1. Number 2, allowed to wear this titanium. I was thinking back to Lex Luger days. Didn't have to cover it up, and he used it. And everyone's like, yeah, he's using it. I don't know if Brock cared that he was getting beat up with a titanium cast, as Exo's cast, but it wasn't enough. Like, he hit Brock with 3 crossroads. a Cody cutter. He hit him with that titanium cast multiple times. I don't think there was any stopping Brock Lesnar. And yeah, he had that on his arm, but it was a problem. We saw Ryan that one Crossroads. He hurt his arm. It hurt him.
You had to land on your arm to do a crossroads.
That's all he could do,
It's just physics.
Here's 285, drop it on that arm.
Right.
I give credit to Cody. He got put in that Kimura early or midway through the match. Should have passed out, should have been done. He battled through. I do wonder, unlike last year in Hell in a Cell where he really couldn't do any more damage, how much more damage was done to that broken arm in a loss?
Yeah. Cody Rhodes shouldn't have done this. Cody Rhodes should not have done this. It was, listen, I loved Hell in a Cell last year like everybody else. I raved about it after the fact. It's one of the most iconic moments in WWE history. Matt, to your point, we do not know what damage Cody Rhodes just did to his already broken arm in a loss to Brock Lesnar. Cody Rhodes should not have done this. We talk about finishing the story. We talk about him trying to get to those next steps that he's now been talking about since returning last year. He shouldn't have done this, man. I love Cody Rhodes. I love Hart. I love everything about it. He shouldn't have done this.
But Ryan, this is exactly what Triple H said to
Triple
Cody
H was
Rhodes
right, Megan.
on Monday Night Raw. He said, you should not do this. You have been on the shelf for a long time. You missed a year after what we saw happen at Hell in a Cell, yet Cody Rhodes had to do this.
I don't know about that.
But no, I do think he had to do this because his last name is Rhodes, and no one wants to see Cody Rhodes not be there. And Cody Rhodes, first and foremost, is not going to go, I have a match that I want to get 2 victories over Brock Lesnar. I want to still finish my story. 2 wins over Brock Lesnar would be a big part of finishing that story. It would also say, hey, listen, the night after I beat him and I was 3 seconds better, he destroyed me again. And I may have talked trash and talked about how I messed his face up, but then he broke my arm. I have to show up and get retribution for that. To your point, now he loses. Yeah. He gets a lot more damage done to that arm. That'll have to be figured out when he gets back. And we do have Money in the Bank coming up. We have qualifying matches starting on Monday, continuing on Friday. Will he be able to even participate in those matches?
Well, that's where I'm at. Cody Rhodes cannot finish the story if his career is finished. And I'm not saying that's the case after tonight.
No.
But, we don't know. We don't know. This isn't your run-of-the-mill WWE superstar, which, by the way, already incredibly impressive. This is the greatest combat sports athlete to ever breathe and live on planet Earth.
You're right.
You're coming in with one arm. He shouldn't have done this.
He shouldn't have.
Social media disagrees with you because social media.
I
was
applaud
singing
Cody.
Cody's praises. What a warrior Cody Rhodes is. Shame he didn't get the victory. I agree with Morgan here. I wanted to see Cody get the victory in this one as well. And you can never count out Cody Rhodes because we saw what he did inside Hell in a Cell. And we just talked about Seth freaking Rollins, how he won the new World Heavyweight title. Well, Brock Lesnar cost Cody his opportunity in that tournament.
There was the tournament. There was the fact that he broke the arm. Brock is never going to be happy. I don't think it was about losing at Backlash. I really don't. I think it was about the fact that he walked out of there wounded. And look at this face, look at this face. Yeah. You don't do that to Brock Lesnar. If you do, Brock's okay if he wins. Yeah. But he lost, and then having those wounds from Cody, that Cody gloated about. Let's be honest. Yeah. Even after he got beat up the night after Backlash, Cody gloated about what he did to Brock. Probably a mistake on his end. But yeah, now what? What level can Cody compete at if he is in these Money in the Bank qualifying matches? Also, it is 1-1. I just want to say it is 1-1 right now. Who's to say this is over? But when can it be over if we don't know Cody's situation?
Well, it's 1-1, but it feels like it's 17-1 after we saw what Brock Lesnar did and after we saw what Brock Lesnar has done leading up to Night of Champions.
Well, that's exactly my point. And to that point, I understand it. Incredibly personal. I understand how this stuff works, and I am not taking anything away from Cody Rhodes. But to your point about people rallying behind Cody, I also think, like Sam Roberts here, people are saying Brock exists on another level. Because here's that exact picture. Brock wins, Cody passes out.
It's over here.
And Brock leaves that in for about 15. You're dealing with a different type of beast, no pun intended. I take zero away from Cody Rhodes, but saying that he should not have done this has nothing to do with his lack of heart or anything. He's got all of those things in spades. But to finish the story, you need to have a career.
Business decision. You say it's a business decision.
Yeah.
He made a bad business decision,
yes.
But you note that arm. Cody might have been flying walking into this one. The adrenaline was pumping, that feeling of revenge, walking down that aisle, flying over. He was stewing probably on that entire long trip. Look, I know he was loose and happy and confident at the media event. That's Cody.
Yeah.
Talked to Byron Saxton as he walked in. That's confident as ever.
compartmentalize this.
He could put that happy face on. He could be absolutely just in the most amount of pain. He might not have felt anything in that match because he was so amped up. How many superstars we talked to? It's not about during the match.
12 hours
It's about
from
after.
now.
Yeah.
It's the flight home.
Yep.
It's tomorrow when
one.
he's sitting with his daughter and his wife, and it goes, oh boy, I can't do anything with this thing.
I wonder if Hell in a Cell last year is the worst thing that could have possibly happened because he says, I did this. It was just a different injury, but just as bad an injury. I know I can do this. I know I can rally from this.
And win. He won that match.
Hell in a Cell is not Brock Lesnar, though. It's like both are incredibly impressive. I want to see Cody Rhodes finish the story and do everything else. I worry that tonight is detrimental in making all of that happen. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, this is long from over between Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes, but it is 1-1 right now. We made predictions ahead of this match. Matt has a 2-1 lead right now. Let's see if Ryan and I can make up some ground.
Well, I'm back in the game.
Yeah.
but
I am not in the game. Ryan, 2, Megan, 1,
3-0.
Matt,
3-0.
3. I was convinced that Cody Rhodes, after what we saw at Hell in a Cell last year, would find a way to come away with the victory. So that is my
I
story.
just used logic. He had
I'm
a
a
broken
free
arm
throw
against
away.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
You need like 6 arms to beat Brock Lesnar. Cody had 1.
Okay, all right, moving on to our next matchup. We have a new Raw Women's Champion, and she has blue mist. She stuck it in Bianca's eye, and the 419-day reign of Bianca Belair as your Raw Women's Champion comes to an end. Pour one out, Ryan.
Well, no, I know. I get very
That one, you
parched
need that.
during the show. Yeah. The calling card of Bianca Belair during this title reign was being able to adapt to any given situation. I want to fall short and stop short of saying that she did not adapt tonight because I don't know if that's fair. I just think Asuka was a step ahead this entire match, which is no shade on Bianca. Just Asuka continually scouted Bianca perfectly, and then she had this would you agree she had this in her back pocket?
She adapted that much. Asuka adapted that much
That's what I
more.
mean. Yes.
Because
yes.
it looked like, as we're going to see right here, Bianca beating on Asuka in the corner. Asuka going, all right, this is the time. Referee can't see it. Bianca was ready, right? Yep. She got that first bad miss in Knoxville. Second time, not as bad. And then here, at this point, by the way, it's in her hand. She missed it her own hand, rubs it in the face of Bianca. Bianca is totally unsure at this point, as we're seeing here, back and forth as they go. You know, could Bianca, she's been through all this, right? Yeah. She's been through all this at WrestleMania. She's been through this leading up to it, leading up to WrestleMania. But at this point, Bianca has avoided the mist once. Asuka, forget the mist. Asuka can beat you in a variety of ways with submissions and her brutality and her kicks. She's been doing it her entire career. But we saw Bianca battle back. And then later on, Asuka gets kind of away. Missed it in her hand, you go, first of all, I went, that's probably burning her hand, based on what we saw.
Yes.
And she just rubs it in the eye of Bianca once again while the official is not looking. I said this before the match. I think this Asuka was going to do anything it took to win the match. That is what she did. Did she cheat? Do you want whatever you want to call it?
She cheated.
She won. 419 days, impressive, the longest singular reign in the modern era. Congratulations to Bianca Belair. It's over, and Asuka now begins a third, and I think the most dangerous reign she will have as Raw Women's Champion.
Well, before we dive more into this match, we got to hear from Asuka because she is our new Raw Women's Champion. What's going through her mind?
So I position myself here at the bottom of the ramp where I expect the new Raw Women's Champion Asuka should be. Well, there she is. Asuka.
I'm the Raw Women's Champion. I'm the Raw Women's Champion. Asuka is
the Raw Women's Champion. Well, that was easy.
And there it is, the Triple H point with Asuka. She is very excited to be the new Raw Women's Champion, and she took down one of the best in Bianca Belair.
You know what that face is? That's the face of chaos.
Yeah.
The face of chaos. Not mean, not angry. I don't think we've ever really seen, she's not shown that to Bianca. She's just thinking in a different plane. She's not worried about anybody else. She laughs at this. She said, the championship's good for my fashion.
Yeah.
It does look good on her. It does.
Oh, sure.
But that's how she thought, it's
Right.
good for my fashion. Bianca's going this is what I fight for.
Right.
Oh, it's good for my fashion. I just miss you in the face to get it.
Yeah. To your point, she's had a couple point pictures, right, over the years, but in every version of Asuka has been incredibly dangerous. This one, chaos is a word, I would go sadistic. She burned her own hand to burn Bianca's face, to then kick her in the head a couple times, and then laughs with Byron Saxton. That's different.
When we saw, I think, this version of Asuka, or at least this look of Asuka show up at the Royal Rumble, a lot of people thought back on her entire career, a time in Japan, and went, ooh, this is the scary version. There's that kind of clown face paint. I know Corey referenced it a bunch of times during the match. But we didn't see, I don't think that personality matched up. It was still the same fun Asuka showing off, very colorful, very loud. And I think the loss at WrestleMania changed her because we didn't see her. Remember, she lost at WrestleMania. We don't see her. Zelina gets that next title opportunity. And then, or I should say, Io gets the next title opportunity. Then we move on, and Asuka shows up. When does she show up? To ruin Bianca Belair's hometown celebration. She got in her head from the moment this all restarted. She is very cerebral. I don't think she gets enough credit for that. Everything she does great trash talking, by the way, on social media, and I don't think people like that either when they have to battle her. But I think Asuka has a plan, and I think the plan was executed perfectly. And now if you're Bianca, who's going to win a championship match, or anybody else, you look around and go, I don't have a clue how to approach Asuka, at least in this form.
Well, Bianca Belair doesn't lose often. We have rarely seen Bianca Belair lose. And Matt, you talk about Asuka and this different type of her. Are we about to see a different type of Bianca Belair post losing her Raw Women's Championship?
Think about SummerSlam versus Becky, right? Now, that was a unique set of circumstances, but SummerSlam, when Bianca Belair took that shocking loss to Becky Lynch, what happened? It created a magical run that lasted over 400 days. Ultimately, I do think Bianca will be served by this. It will fuel her. But again, it comes back to Asuka being
different.
Becky
was boastful when she won. Becky was happy to throw it in her face. I'm the best. I'm the man. I'm the man of the. I'm everything. You can't stop me. I'm the biggest star here. Asuka doesn't think that way.
Exactly.
Asuka's like, cool. Come back at me. I'll throw more mist in your face. I'll use an umbrella and beat you up with that. It doesn't matter to Asuka.
She did something tonight no one has been able to. She cracked the code, right? And now granted, the mist is unique to Asuka, but there have been equivalent to mists over these 400 plus days. Asuka's the first person to be able to figure out how to put Bianca Belair down for a 3 count. That can't be overstated.
You said magical.
Yeah.
This is not a magical comeback. This is a vengeful comeback for Bianca, and I kind of want to see that version of Bianca.
I do too, but the only thing I would say to that, and I agree, is, to your point, Asuka was in her head tonight. Can Bianca operate in that state for a long period of time? I think so, but she was flustered at points with this. Even going back to WrestleMania.
Flustered for weeks.
Yeah. But even going back to WrestleMania, she figured it out that night against Asuka. This is new terrain for Bianca Belair, where she has thrived, whatever in the new terrain may be. But this is different. We'll see how she responds.
I was completely shocked to see a new Raw Women's Champion. I thought Bianca had this one. Oh, and there's our friend Kayla Braxton. She was with us. She's shocked as well.
She assaulted me.
Leave Matt alone.
Kick her in the head again.
He's with
Matt.
Well, here's the thing. All I was saying was kick her in the head again because the miss is not going to get the job done. You got to finish the job. Bianca missed 2 kicks in the head, some of the most lethal kicks you're going to get. Kayla was shocked. She came right down from the kickoff.
I stone colded right there.
Listen,
you know it's bad when I stone cold.
You learn the most when you fall down.
Yes,
and now we see Bianca Belair falling down. How will she get back up?
She can do this. She's proven she can do it.
She did it against Becky.
Exactly.
It's the most devastating loss of her career.
I didn't think Bianca Belair could get much better. She is the strongest, the fastest, the roughest, the toughest. Now you throw this loss into the mix here.
It can be a classic. You learn a lot more from losing than winning, but it also could be that Asuka is dangerous. It will be one of the two things.
If Bianca can come back from this, and I believe she can, I don't know what that looks like, it's another thing she can learn and evolve from. The Becky thing was a shock. She couldn't be prepared for that. And Becky would take any kind of way she could to keep that championship. Maybe Asuka will do the same, but this is a dangerous Asuka. And on top of that, she has now defeated Bianca Belair. So she has that confidence. I don't think you can ever shake the confidence of Bianca, but sometimes you have to lose in a way that makes you angry. And that you want to get that revenge and you have to dig a little deeper. Every time Bianca's had a match and had rematches, she's learned from them and gotten better, defeating a multitude of champions and former champions and opponents on multiple times. Bayley comes to mind, I found a way to beat her, but she's Now she beats her again. This is different for Asuka. And Asuka can evolve just as much as Bianca can.
Matt, once again, you had the prediction correct on this one, and you take a commanding 4-2 lead. I am completely out of this one. Completely out. It's a bloodbath. It's getting pretty ugly. I think we got to move on. We got to move on to the next match. Becky Lynch was in action against Trish Stratus tonight. This one was about legacy. This one was about heart. And Trish Stratus was able to come away with the victory thanks to a little bit of help from one Zoe Stark.
A lot of help. You don't have to sugarcoat it. She got a lot of help. Zoe Stark hits her with the Z360. I don't know if that messed up Becky's nose. I don't know if it was that Stratusfaction. It probably was both.
Could be both.
Because we're talking about a Hall of Famer in Trish Stratus and someone who has very quickly made a name for herself on Monday Night Raw after a great run in NXT. But I didn't see this coming.
Nope.
No.
And is this a different Trish? To me, this was a different Trish that faced Charlotte a couple years ago. There was reverence there. There was appreciation for Charlotte. She would lose the match, raise the hand. Okay, she's the queen. Trish tried that with Becky. Didn't get the respect I think she thought she was going to get. Becky gave it to her. So Trish went, okay, not only am I going to win, I'm going to make sure I win. Yeah. And Zoe Stark all of a sudden becomes someone who a month ago was in NXT and now has the biggest spotlight you possibly can have on you when you're talking about Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus around her.
Trish Stratus against Charlotte in 2019, she called that her farewell match. However, she saw what happened after her farewell and she didn't like it. That's why she's back, right? From the gear, everything tonight, I'm sure you did as well. I thought of 2005 and 2006. That's when Trish certified herself as the greatest women's wrestler of all time. It was that vengeance and that mean streak. She also had a lot of backup back then and only served her well. You put all of these things together, this is bad news, not just for Becky, but if Trish chooses the rest of the women's division, this version of Trish Stratus is unequivocally the greatest of all time. People might not like that, but this is how she became what she has become. It's why she has #1 in the top 50.
Why she stays on top. Yeah. That's why she can come back and say, I'm the best. I'm the greatest of all eras. A victory over Becky Lynch at this point in both of their careers?
And
she's making her case.
Perhaps she has a protege in Zoe Stark. I want to know what's going on with the two of them, and we caught up with them backstage in Saudi Arabia.
Excuse me, Trish. You seem to be pointing to your head after the match as if you outsmarted Becky out there. Was this the plan all along?
The plan for what? To win? Yes, it was the plan to win. What kind of question is that? Look, we're just here to kick ass, and no better than Trish Stratus to do it.
Zoe Stark is new to Monday Night Raw, but thank you, Trish.
Pandering.
But Zoe Stark is new to Monday Night Raw. It seems like she's aligning herself with the right people if you want to get a victory. Am I wrong?
Only the greatest of all time? Yeah, that's a good move.
It's a smart business decision.
Well, how did this come? I'd love to know how this came together. Was this Trish reaching out to Zoe? Zoe's been on Raw for a few weeks. Do they have a passing chance conversation? Do they sit next to each other on a plane going to Raw?
Did they bond on the trip to Saudi?
There's that. Did Trish go, hey, I've been watching NXT. We talked to Trish in the studio. She keeps up on everything. I think you're pretty good. By the way, what do you think of Becky Lynch? I don't like her. You know what? I don't like her either. Want to talk?
It's the best learning tree you can ask for. It's literally, it's the best learning, but also, Trish, listen, I'm not surprised. She downloaded the data on Becky tonight very quickly. This was before Zoe Stark shows up, this is an incredible, now think of what you want about the ending, but it's an incredible matchup. Trish clearly can still go with the very, very best of them, as we proved tonight. If you're Zoe Stark, this is a no-brainer if you get the offer, however the offer came about.
Not only are you now connected to Trish Stratus, you have yourself in the sights of Becky Lynch. And Becky made that very clear after the match was over.
Absolutely. Becky Lynch posted this picture on social media, and truly, it is not a cliche. Pictures do have 1,000 words. Look at Becky Lynch's face. And Zoe Stark is going to have to watch out because she messed up, plain and simple. Listen, I know this is a smart business decision for Zoe Stark to align herself with Trish Stratus. Yes. But to get on the wrong side of Becky Lynch, we've seen what Becky Lynch is capable of.
So if you're going to do that to Becky, I think of the last time Becky looked like that. And it sent her career on the greatest trajectory we may have ever seen in a singular year by a female superstar. Year plus, of course, with where that went after that. If I'm Zoe Stark, I think I'm taking a calculated risk. I'm going to go after Becky Lynch, but I'm going to align myself with Trish Stratus. I'm going to take some bumps and bruises along the way. Trish is going to be out there with me. I'm probably going to help Trish along the way. I'm going to get into it, Becky Lynch. But if you want to make your name very quickly, if you want to make sure everybody knows who you are, you align yourself with Trish Stratus and you go to the top of the pile. And that is Becky Lynch.
Interesting moment in the match that I think will hopefully, depending on how this breaks down as we go forward, could serve Becky well. Trish has been very cool, calm, and collected for the most part in the lead up to this match. But there is a moment in this match where Trish has Becky down and just kept pulling her up, screaming at her. Very rare does Trish's anger get the best of her. Does not go Becky's way tonight through forces beyond her control. But I do think that there are openings and still cracks that Becky can poke and prod at like only she can, whether it be at Zoe or at Trish as this goes forward.
She had to get to that point, though. I think she was somewhat there with the comments made about her daughter, but now someone else is involved, and she looks like she did.
Yeah.
You're going to push Becky to this level. I've seen her go there before. She's more than willing to go there, not only to get revenge on Zoe Stark, but to lay claim to being what she believes is the greatest female superstar we have ever seen.
Yep.
She will take this out on the entire locker room if she
And I would love to
can.
watch it happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, this is not anybody she messed with. This is Becky Lynch. I did not see this coming with Zoe Stark. Matt probably did because he's gotten all of these right. Let's take a look at what our predictions were for this one.
All right.
I'm back in the game.
Of course you picked Trish.
Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Trish. Back in the game.
That is so classic of you.
Let's go. Two
So-
more here.
I think this next one we all got right because Gunther has been the most dominant intercontinental champion of this century, one of the most dominant of all time. But tonight he was taking on Mustafa Ali. What an incredible moment for Mustafa Ali walking in front of that crowd in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
An incredible moment for Mustafa to walk out, but also an incredible showing. No shame in losing to Gunther. Like, no shame at all. But for a good chunk of the middle of this match, a rally like, honestly, I can't think of in a long time from Mustafa or any superstar against Gunther. It was really impressive.
He made the most of his opportunity, and he has been fighting for these opportunities for quite some time, backstage begging for these opportunities. He found his way into the match, and he showed up.
And this wasn't about begging. He won that Battle Royal fair and square. He came on the show days after that and was very positive, and I think we saw, until he was interrupted by Brock Lesnar, knowing, hey, this isn't about positivity. I know what this means. I know the opportunity. He power bombs Gunther.
Can't talk
which
about that enough.
nobody saw
Can't
that
talk
coming.
about that enough.
Yeah, this is not facing Sheamus and Drew. You got all on the same side. He power bombs Gunther, and then right here, this is what he's got to do to win the 0-5-4. And right there, he hits him with his two best shots.
Yep.
If you're Ali at that point, with that entire crowd basically on his side, you got to wonder what else there is to do. Like, did he go, that's it, that's my best. I'll see what else I can throw at him, but that was my very best. Not a knock on Ali.
No, not at all.
That's how good Gunther is.
What you don't see before all that is that Mustafa already took an incredible amount of punishment before that rally. I could talk about the powerbomb all day. I did not see that coming. That was incredibly impressive. Gunther is a very, very large man. But yeah, Mustafa's able to find this rhythm, but things like this also happened, Megan, and you do begin to wonder. We talked about, Trish downloading data, other people, Asuka figuring out, Bianca. Can anybody figure out Gunther when things like this happen?
Well, for Gunther, he doesn't really care who the opponent is.
No.
He doesn't care who the crowd is behind. He doesn't care any of these circumstances that may get involved. To him, the mat is sacred, and to him, he will destroy any competitor that steps in the ring with him.
And I would say this about Gunther. He may not like that he was in a triple threat match. He may not have liked Ali, but as soon as he finds out, okay, he is the rightful challenger to my championship, my Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, the prize that means the most to me, the prize that only two other men have held longer, Honky Tonk Man and the Macho Man Randy Savage. Gunther's on his way there. I think when you see what he did in this match, the strikes just last longer. They hit harder, and he walks out as champion, and we were able to catch up, of course, with Gunther after yet another monumental Intercontinental Championship defense.
Gunther, yet again, and still Intercontinental Champion, but tonight against a very one-sided crowd tonight against Mustafa Ali.
One-sided. Do you think I care? Do you think I care if those people appreciate me? Let me tell you how those last days went. Ever since I arrived here in Saudi Arabia, they rolled out the red carpet for me. They appreciated me. They showed me their respect at the media panel yesterday, but I told them straight to their face, I do not care if they appreciate me or not, because I'm in this for the greater good, for the honor of this great sport and the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship.
Not only does he not care who the crowd is behind, whoever his opponent is, he takes just as seriously. Line him up. He will never overlook an opponent. He will always prepare the exact same way, whether it is Roman Reigns, whether it is...
Doesn't matter.
Whether
Shinsuke, Rey Mysterio, you name it.
Yes.
Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, former champions, a great competitor in Mustafa Ali who had the home field advantage. That's a guy right there I want with me on the road. I'm in a game 7 of a finals. He's going into enemy territory. I want that guy right there because he doesn't care. He focuses on those 3 ropes. He focuses on that mat. That's my opponent. I will beat him. He went to a media event, listened to everybody get behind Ali, watched Ali do all this press, and said, I don't care.
It's nearly impossible to get inside the head of Gunther.
No, because he doesn't care, right? But
he doesn't play games.
But to take that to an even broader level, to your point, he does not care, but that doesn't mean he cares a lot about defending.
Aware, but doesn't care.
Exactly. He's building. You said only two.
He's solely focused on one thing, and that is defending his Intercontinental Championship.
He wants to become the greatest Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion of all time. That's what he's.
And he's on his way.
Oh, I mean, literally on his way.
Might be there already.
Yeah, I took the words out of my mouth.
I'll just say quality.
Yeah.
It's not always about quantity. I'm not taking away from Honky Tonk Man or Macho. The dominance in this reign I have never seen before for almost any championship in WWE. That's how good he has been. These aren't eking out wins, and that's okay too. You got to do that sometimes. These are dominant wins.
Because think about that. To that exact point, he takes Ali's 2 best shots, and you would still call this a decisive Gunther victory. Those 2 things shouldn't make sense. He made them make sense.
Who's next for Gunther?
I would say who wants to be. You want to be Intercontinental Champion. You know, Ali had to win a Battle Royal to do this, so there's a lot of opponents that you think about. I know Riddle's had his run into Imperium lately. I will say this. Considering what's going on with the Bloodline, you could throw the Judgment Day into this conversation. Imperium might be the most cohesive, strong, forward-thinking, focused unit we have in WWE because Gunther's leading the way.
And don't forget, we've seen Paul Heyman backstage exchanging words with Gunther.
They don't need to mix up with him. They're doing fine.
They're all right.
I don't know. All right, predictions. We made them before this match.
This should be a clean sweep, right? Yeah.
Chose Gunther. Who did you choose?
Just going with the odds, folks. That's
the picks
it.
are sacred. The picks are sacred.
They were right. That's not a knock on Ali. That just shows you we are recognizing the greatness and dominance of Gunther.
100%.
The greatness and dominance of Rhea Ripley has been on display since she claimed the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania, and tonight against Natalya. You talk about dominance, and that's exactly what we saw out of Rhea Ripley tonight.
I expected it.
Sure.
Happy birthday to Natalya. The birthday, as I predicted, became a nightmare very quickly. Very, very quickly. And I think that was Rhea going, I don't care of your record and your longevity and how you're looked upon in this locker room. I don't care. I'm the champion. I beat everybody in my way, and I'm going to embarrass you on your birthday. I don't know if Natty came in thinking, okay, listen, I've been here before. I have the first ever victory in Saudi Arabia by a woman. I have had more matches on premium live events than anybody else before. I've been in the spot before. This is a Rhea Ripley who has been on a roll before she was champion, when she won the Royal Rumble, when she won at WrestleMania against Charlotte Flair. Yep. And by the way, she's doing this also helping Dom win his own matches on the way. Like a little side quest of, I'm going to help Dom take care of it. Look at this, like just laughing. Look at this.
This
just
might be
it in the womb.
You could argue this is the moment of the night.
Look at
Dom's a meme machine, man. This guy is a meme machine.
And I think, by the way, it's a little family knock of, I'm not in with my dad right now, but I'm Dom Mysterio. Yeah. You're a heart on the ground. We win. Mommy, let's go on the long flight back to home. Let's go right now.
You guys, we just talked about Gunther and how he doesn't care who the opponent is. All he cares about is defending that title. I think Rhea Ripley has a dash of that in her as well.
Yes, but she cares about embarrassing people, which I don't know. It's an interesting comparison. I'd like to think I have a lot of detailed analysis on these shows.
Oh, please.
My first note.
No details on this match?
Well, no, my note was whelp. And that was it.
Okay, I was going to say.
Because listen, we can talk about the distraction that Dom provided before the bell rang. Now you never really got a chance to get out of the gates. But Rhea Ripley, again, that dash of caring. That was a chance to embarrass Natalya.
This is what you walk into with matches with the Judgment Day.
You have to know that going in.
You know that going in. They're great. I mean, I just talked about the greatness of Imperium. Judgment Day will never be down for long.
Yep.
They're usually not even down for most of the night if they have any kind of hiccup or speed bump along the way. Rhea's a big part of that. The confidence of Dom with them together. We know how great Damian was, and Finn Balor, that speaks for itself, that resume. But Rhea's very much, you mentioned, she doesn't care who she's facing. She likes to embarrass, as you said.
Of course.
She likes to troll. They're the most dominant trolls I've ever seen in WWE because they can back up all of their antics.
I think Dom makes Rhea Rhea and Rhea makes Dom Dom. I truly think this is this is a power couple. You can't argue it.
It's a perfect couple for sure in terms of how they
power something. I don't know.
No offense to our tribal chief, but almost halfway through the year, Rhea Ripley is the MVP of WWE.
I would have called her that in the conversation last year. I don't think she got talked about it because she didn't have a championship, but what she was able to affect is now something she's able to affect in the ring, and she got the championship to prove it.
It's a Royal Rumble win. It's a major WrestleMania win.
Over Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, exactly.
Whooped her.
And then just think about every accolade you attributed to Natalya, all of which are incredible. She defeated that person in mere minutes in decisive fashion. She's the MVP of WWE. Open and shut for me.
All right, predictions for this.
Well, unless Matt picked against Rhea Ripley.
Has been so dominant. Finally, I got 3. Matt has 6. Ryan, close with 5.
No points for second place,
performance
Megan.
by
How many
myself.
matches left? Is there any matches left?
That's.
Oh, we hit them all. Just checking. 6. 6 and 1.
Congratulations.
Trish.
Congratulations,
Thank you, Trish.
Matt. Because you won our competition, Ryan and I, unfortunately, have to be punished.
I got second.
Well, you still
Second
are first
place,
loser.
the first loser. Thank you, Megan.
You are the first
I should
loser.
absolve you after you just backed me up.
seems a little
But I'm not going to do that.
I'll take it.
No easy way out.
You need to
There's no shortcut home.
No shortcut here.
determine our fate.
See, I didn't know. I was so focused on Night of Champions and a lot of stuff going on. Kickoff show. We're doing another one tomorrow.
You know, you got a busy day.
I'm gonna let you think about it because I might even poll Twitter for this one. I'll say this right now. Tweet us at WWE The Bump. What should the punishment be for Ryan and Megan for not winning our predictions on Night of Champions? I would love to hear from you. Megan will be back in the Bump studio soon. Ryan, of course, with me every Wednesday. What should the punishment be? We'll save it until you're back with us in studio here, and I'll give Twitter plenty of time. Maybe I'll put a poll up or put a poll up, but at least for now, I'll keep an eye on Twitter over the weekend, Memorial Day weekend. People are barbecuing, enjoying themselves. But if you think of something, bring it up with your family. How should we punish Ryan and Megan? Hey, hold on.
Yes.
I'm trying to get punishments figured out here.
They might have a long time to think about this, too. We're just going to sit here in agony, you and I.
Maybe that's part of
You're
it.
making me
You
not
just
look forward
don't
to
know
Megan
what's going to
coming back,
happen.
and you're one of my better congratulations, Matt.
Thank you.
We have a busy week coming up here on WWE's The Bump. We could potentially have new tag team champions in the studio as the duo of Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville will join us in studio on The Bump, as well as Global Ambassador Titus O'Neil, the one and only, will be on The Bump as well. Well, that was a fun time, you guys.
Absolutely.
It was a great Night of Champions.
It was.
And the weekend is not over for WWE because Matt and I will be on the kickoff show for NXT's Premium Live event that is taking place in Lowell, Massachusetts. But for now, for my partner, Ryan Pappolla, for Matt Camp, for myself, Megan Morant, we will say see you guys later, and thank you for watching The Bump.